Welcome back to some more Umineko when they cry. So, where we last left off. So, the two servants, Kraus and Kyrie and Nanjo all five of them were at the dungeon. Or like some, I don't know, whether they call it a jail. I mean, yeah, I don't know how they ended up there. I mean, if you look at the previous parts, those five fell through the pit. But there were some like, you know, some certain predictions that they either got hit with the tranquilizer and then just ended up in the dungeon, or there's some sort of, you know, path system where they led them to the dungeon, like whichever pitfall they fall through, which is like, uh, I don't even know the entirety of the I don't even know the entirety of the Broken Jima of the map itself, other than like the forest to the mansion, and the guest house. There's the church. There's the chapel. The hidden the Kumadorian another mansion or something. Yeah, there's four, but I couldn't really. Oh, there are some things, some hidden area within you know, the guest house, but that was left in like episode 3 or something. But yeah, there are two groups, as far as we know. Anyway, let's continue. Goda and the rest of the men quickly descended to the first floor, closed the shutters, and secured the sturdy locks on the doors. However, just as Kraus had worried, there was nothing that could be done without the beautiful wide window in the first floor lounge. Well, they're definitely gonna break through the wide-ass window, that's for sure. First floor lounge. If someone broke that, it would be easy to get inside. It wouldn't be hard for someone like Kinzo, who hadn't hesitated at committing murder, to invade the first floor.
おじいさまたちは武装している可能性が高い。
Well, no shit. You have a room with a wide-ass window.
部屋に閉じこもるのが最善かつ唯一の籠城方法になるね。自ら密室に閉じこもらざるを得ないのは苦しいところだけど、相手が銃を持っていたらそれしか方法がない。
親方様は実銃のコレクションをお持ちとの話です。そう、あれは銃だったんだ。だとしたら恐ろしい威力の銃だ。とても太刀打ちはできません。
頭を砕くなんてすげえ威力だぜ。マグナム弾とかそういう類のやつかもな。下手な扉なら平気で貫通するかもしれねえな。
だとすればますますに部屋に籠城するべきだね。ベッドを立てかけて窓も塞ごう。そこまですればいくら銃を持っていても踏み込むことはできないはず。
くそ、そんな受け身な防戦一方しかねえのかよ。ちくしょう、うちの親父に上等を決めてくれて桐江さんまで捕まえたなんて、こいつは高くつくぞ。クソじじいめ。
無理です。あんな連中に太刀打ちできるわけがありません。しかも親方様だけでなく手下も何人も。あるいはあんな連中がもっといるかも。あいつらは一体何なんだ。
Something that you can't even fathom. What the heck? That was a bit of a odd background noise. It's probably the ice maker. Battler was filled to the brim with the urge to get revenge for Rudolph and to rush out of here to save Kyrie. But just by looking at how terrified Goda was, there was no doubt in him that this would be reckless.
兄貴だって悔しいだろ。なのにここで籠城なんて。ちくしょ
う。もちろんさ、僕だって悔しいよ。両親を殺されて冷静でいられるわけがない。でもだからこそ冷静にならなくちゃいけない。僕たちが無駄に命を落とすようなことを殺された親たちが望むと思うかい？
There's no time for crying games.
思うわけがない。せめて子供だけは逃げ延びてほしいと願ってるはずだ。だから僕は生き残るよ。
I will survive.
そして警察に通報し、全てを暴く。仇は法廷が取る。それが僕の復讐だ。差し違えてでも仇を取ってほしいなんて親たちが望んでいるわけもない。そうだろう。
No words.
そうだな。兄貴の言う通りだぜ。ちくしょうクソじじいめ。何が儀式だ。俺たちがそのための生贄だって言うなら意地でも逃げ切ってその儀式を台無しにしてやるぜ。
それでいいよ。それにバトラ君にはまだキリエさんがいる。僕にだってシャノンがいる。
Has the thing been updated? The characters? I haven't really checked in a while. Oh, that's weird. I guess they got a check on the. I guess one of the groups have. Actually, no, they really. The group in the dungeon already saw their deaths, but not the group, the other group at the guest house. And I still have Shannon.
とにかく慎重に行動してチャンスを待とう。僕たちの不用意な行動は囚われの彼らに不利益を与える可能性だってあるんだから。
人質
Hostages.
でもじいさまはきっとキリエさんたちを生贄にするために捕らえたわけだろう。俺たちが助けなきゃ殺されるのを待つだけじゃないのか。
I like it how the fourth episode made Kinzo like painfully obvious as an antagonist, but I always felt like, you know, Kinzo could possibly be like another pawn, you know, controlled by someone else in mind. But who knows? And because besides, it could possibly be anyone that can start the massacre. It only takes one little spark to ignite the fire, you know.
彼らが捕らえられている地下牢がどこにあるかもわからない。シャノンもカノン君も、もちろんゴーダさんも熊沢さんも知らなかった。
I didn't even know they even have a dungeon. What the fuck? What the fuck do you guys... I'm pretty sure Kinzo already know where the dungeon is, but what the fuck? What does Kinzo even do with the captives there? That's something. I don't even want to know.
おじいさまだけしか知らない秘密の場所にある可能性が極めて高い。そんな状況下でうろうろと歩き回るのは自殺行為だよ。
分かってるよ。 それでもくそ、俺たちはここで何かが起こるまで引きこもってるしかねえってのかよ。
I mean,
バトラ様のお気持ちはわかりますが、ここは安全第一で参りましょう。旦那様の話では相当古い牢屋らしいので、なんとか鉄格子を破れるかもしれないとのことでした。今は信じて待つ方が賢明です。
おじい様の手下が何人もいて、みんな武装しているんだよね。
ええ、そうです。そして多分みんな武装を。
grandfather numbers. Yeah, they're all armed subordinates. Goda had been able to say that Kinzo had comrades with him, but he hadn't been able to mention that they were mostly young women, like witches, who had used strange magic to murder. If he had said that, it would only have cast doubt on his sanity. Gee, I didn't know Kinzo is a womanizer. Holy shit. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Damn, Rudolph, it seems like you've been beaten by an old man. Well, cast down on sanity. No, not only that, he himself still couldn't understand what he had seen, and was doubting his own sanity. But regardless of sex or appearance, regardless of whether it was done with magic or gun, the fact that those girls had followed Kinzo's orders, and killed 6 people in an instant, was an unshakable truth. If that group came to attack the guest house as well, what would happen? Just closing the doors and windows like this was surely meaningless. I mean, all your barricades are going to be destroyed to pieces regardless. Goda and Kumasawa. The only thing left for those two, who had witnessed that massacre in the dining hall, was to cradle their heads without knowing how to interpret what they had seen.
Kumasawa-san, 大丈夫？お茶飲む？
Oh no.
ありがとうございますね。ありがとうございます。申し訳ございませんが、しばらくそっとしていただけますか。
Maria tried to be nice, but it seemed like Kumasawa still hadn't been able to clear away her confusion.
マリア、気を使ってくれてありがとうだぜ。熊沢さんは休ませてやってくれ。おー。
Jessica was also worried about the shock those two must have received after witnessing such a tragedy, but her wildest dreams couldn't even come close to the unbelievable scene Kumasawa had witnessed. Nevertheless, with her mother murdered and her father captured, it wasn't as though Jessica could stay calm either. She sealed her anxiety and sadness using her anger towards Kinzo and walked irritatedly around the room.
熊沢さん、母さんは本当に死んじゃったの？
Oh boy.
ええ。
Just her look on her face is like, shit.
あんなひどい死に方を私は見たことがありませんとも。
She's like, sorry, but that's the truth.
ひょっとするとまだ生きてて手当てをすれば助かるなんてことはないんだよな。
頭があんなことになって生きていられるわけがありません。
No words, just sadness.
そりゃそうだぜ。頭が砕けちまったら手当てなんて必要ねえよな。普通。
When Goda had come flying into the guest house, he had, overcome with the agitation, told about the massacre in the dining hall without concealing anything, except for that part about witches and magic, which they themselves still couldn't believe. In other words, he hadn't even sugarcoated the cold-blooded way in which Natsuki and the others had died. It was too late now, but Kumasawa regretted the fact that they'd obviously said too much. However, while lightly shaking her head, and with a slightly painful laugh, Jessica spoke.
いや、むしろ話してくれたおかげで冷静になれたぜ。頭を砕かれちまったってところを伏せられてたら、私はひょっとすると生きてるかもしれないって言って、屋敷へ向かいじいさまに出くわして、ひょっとすると殺されてたかもしれない。
I mean, there are. I don't want to even go into details, but I'll say this: there is a possibility that they can still survive while dealing with the gruesome moment, but you know, that's still the within the outcome of suffering.
一抹の希望が命取りになった可能性だってあるわけさ。その意味では感謝してるよ。
本当に申し訳ございません。言葉をあまりに選ばなかったことはお詫びします。
今はいいよ。母さんはもうどうしようもないけど、父さんはまだ生きてる。カノン君もシャノンもキリエおばさんも南條先生もね。なんとか彼らを助けたいし、彼らに負担をかけないためにも余計なことをするべきではない。電話の前で待機してることが今は一番の協力になるかもしれないし。
They might receive a phone call asking them to create a diversion while the others escape. Or the others might discover their location and call for rescue. Jessica understood that in order to act promptly when that time came, the only thing they could do for the time being was to wait in this room. Once they had finished inspecting the downstairs area and locking up, George, Badler, and Goda returned. Each was holding various objects. George had things like drinks, canned food, crackers, and other types of snacks he had found in the lounge and the storage room, as well as a first aid kit. They were all consumables that would be essential during a siege. Sedge? Wait, what? Am I just looking at the typo? Siege? I'm pretty sure that's. Golda had a large folding ladder and carpentry tools. Those were to seal the door from the inside, just in case. If it came to it, the ladder was for escaping out the window. Badler had brought up objects that could be used as edged weapons or poles. In addition to the obvious kitchen knife, there was a disassembled table leg that could be used as a club, and a pole roughly the size of a person, which he'd apparently made by taking apart a hat stand. Even though the pole had no point, it could surely be used like a spear. Even though the pole had no point, it could surely be used like a spear. Yeah, just, the pole had no point. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you can just, sharpen the end of it. The look on Balor's face. There was a good chance that their enemies had guns, so it was dubious whether these would be of any use. But it was still better than not having them, and if having these could give them at least a little peace of mind, then they'd be useful for their calming effect. Then, the bed and sofa were placed up against the door, barricading it. They didn't go so far as to seal it up with nails. There was still a chance that Kraus and the others would escape and come to meet up with them. They had apparently set up a barricade at the top of the stairs as well. It had been set up in a way that would create a racket, so it would serve as a warning alarm as well. That had apparently been Balor's idea. For that reason, they turned the TV off. This way, if the first floor window were to be broken, they would hear. Once the switch had been turned, all that was left was an eerie silence. The sound of violent wind and rain. Were they going to have to spend the whole night being crushed by such suspense? The boat would come tomorrow morning. However, judging by the weather report, most of tomorrow was going to be covered in the typhoon, and the boat probably wouldn't come. The typhoon was set to pass by in the morning of the day after tomorrow. In other words, the boat would be arriving the morning of the next, the morning of October 6th. And right now, it was late at night on October 4th. They would have to spend more than 30 hours on this island, with Kinzo turned a cold-blooded murderer and his weird companions prowling about. Excuse me. Even with the shutters closed, there would definitely be a little bit of light seeping out. It might let the enemy know that they were hiding here. Balor suggested that it might be best to turn off the lights, but they had already been overwhelmed by a ghastly feeling just from turning the TV off. There wasn't anyone who directly challenged his proposal, but then again, there wasn't a single other person who agreed with it.
おお、テレビダメなの？
ああ、悪いが我慢してくれ。敵の侵入の音を聞き逃すわけにはいかない。
No words.
つまんない。
I was like, wow, this is boring. Obviously. Even though she had been told of her mother's death, Maria alone didn't feel an approaching sense of danger. She just seemed to be upset that the TV had been turned off. Even though she's in such a bizarre situation, can she not share in our sense of danger? Is it because she's so young? To Balor, even this faintly unsettling feeling from such a young girl made him sense that there was something very eerie about Maria. There's something sketchy. Oh.
とは言ったものの、
Oh, we're back at the dungeon.
晩作尽きたわね。鉄格子はなんとかなりそう？
残念だが想像以上に堅牢だ。いつ頃に作られたものか知らんが耐用年数も文句なし。実に優良な物件だよ。
I wonder who decided, I wonder when the what was I gonna say? When was the dungeon been constructed? That's the real question. Well, I don't know why am I asking such dumb things. It's not like the dungeon was hinted, really, until just now. Kairi chuckled softly. They had no moves they could make, but she had calmed just a little.
さながらここは取られた駒を置く駒置き場ですな。打つ手はもはやありませんか。
まだよ。諦めるには早いわ。思考の停止は鼓動の停止に同じよ。
だな。チェスの駒置き場に意味はないが、将棋ならば大きな意味を持つこともある。駒置き場の一枚の歩が相手にプレッシャーを与えることだってあるはずだ。なるほど。しかしこの鉄格子はどうしようも。
私たちにはね。でもここの場所を特定し、合田さんに連絡することができれば助けに来てもらうことはできるかも。
なるほど。しかし合田さんに危険を強いることになりますな。その場合、成人男性が不在になるゲストハウスのお子さんたちも不安です。リスクを恐れるなら、事態が好転するまで塩漬けにするのも悪くない。もっとも損切りを恐れれば紙切れ同然になるかもしれんがね。我々の命がだが。
Prices go up. If you're too afraid to cut your loss, you might end up with just, huh. Either you risk it or you don't. Huh. Or either you risk it or go back to square one? Is that okay.
親の子犬もね。私たちで何とかするからおとなしくしていなさいって偉そうに電話して、その下の根も乾かないうちに助けを求めるなんて。実にかっこ悪いわね。
この後に及んではくだらんプライドなどとっくに紙切れだ。知恵を絞ろうじゃないか。ここはどこなんだ。本当に食堂の真下なのだろうか。それとも屋敷とは異なる別の場所だろうか。
Kraus, Kyrie, and Nanjo began to discuss this further. Canon was squatting by the bars, silently trying to sense anyone's presence, just as he had been ordered. Shannon came close to him, and they both squatted down together.
気配は感じるの？
こちらに意識は向けていないけれど、比較的近くに誰かいる。
Relatively close by?
それは人間？
ヤギたちだと思う。
The goats?
あいつらの吐息は実に賑やかだよ。
Oh no. The goat? You mean like the goat soldiers? Or minions? Canon's ability to sense the presence of others was several levels above that of the human. He said that their breathing was noisy, but Krause and the rest couldn't even pick up the slightest hint of it. Therefore, if he had obediently reported it, they would have merely doubted Canon's ears.
捕まっちゃったね。
珍しいよ。殺されないで捕まるなんて。
今回はベアトリーチェ様がお越しにならないし、親方様が書斎を出られるし、何が何だかわかんないね。
I don't know what's going on either.
わかるさ。何が起ころうと変わろうと、すべてあの魔女の気まぐれと余興。
The witch's fickle entertainment. Yeah, that witch is sure like sitting in the back eating up some popcorn.
結果は何も変わらないのさ。
今回は黄金鏡に行けるかな。
さあね。僕たちは脱落率が高いから。
そういえば二人で第一の番を生き延びたのってずいぶん珍しいね。儀式が始まってるのにこうして二人でお話できるなんてなんだかすごく珍しい気がする。
そうかもね。でもそれもまた魔女の余興だろうさ。僕たちがいつもすぐに脱落するから今度は少し生き延びさせてからかってやろうくらいにしか思ってないよ。
また黄金鏡にはたどり着けないのかな。
どうせそうさ。下手な期待を持つとまたつけ込まれる。
そうだね。前回はカノン君がつけ込まれたもんね。
僕はバカだ。
Canon made a sour look and turned his head. Shannon laughed softly and apologetically leaned towards his shoulder.
でもお嬢様が無事でよかったね。
第一の番を逃れただけさ。それ以降の番により無残な方法で殺されるのを待たされているだけかもしれない。それを言ったら姉さんこそジョージ様が無事でよかったじゃないか。二人で黄金鏡にたどり着けるといいね。
ありがとう。同じことをカノン君とお嬢様にも。
僕は期待はしてないよ。
Amusing look on his face.
姉さんの言う通りだ。あの魔女はご褒美をぶら下げて相手が右往左往するのを見て楽しんでるだけなんだ。
It's like dangling like keys in front of people's faces.
どうせ誰も黄金鏡に行けやしない。僕がお嬢様と黄金鏡にたどり着きたいと願ってしまったなら、あいつはそれこそ面白がって絶対に僕たちをたどり着かせたりはしないさ。
そうだね。ベアトリーチェ様はより面白くなるように生贄の順番を考えてる。
無作為に選んでるなんて大嘘だ。あのペテン師魔女め。どうせ黄金鏡にたどり着けばあらゆる願いが叶うなんてのも嘘っぱちに決まってる。
I'm pretty sure the chosen at random thing is true from the previous episodes. Actually, no. The first six were. Yeah, the first. Pretty sure the first six were. He's usually chosen at random as well, unless like you know. No, hold on. I might have to look back. Okay,
そんなことはないよ。
might have to look back on the how they died.
黄金鏡は素晴らしいところだよ。
The Golden Land, a wonderful place.
行ったことあるの？
ちょっぴりだけね。
Only for a little bit?
それすらもベアトリーチェ様の戯れだったのだろうけど。
どんなとこなのそこ。
Good question.
うん。素晴らしいところだよ。うまく説明できない。安らかな夢の中みたいな世界。
バラが咲き乱れてて美しい蝶が舞ってるような
Excuse me.
極楽みたいな感じ。
そういう具体的なイメージのところじゃないの。本当に夢の中みたいなところなの。
The dream of an afterlife.
そこにいるときはとても穏やかで安らかで、いつまでも眠ってることを許されてる、まるで休日の早朝のお布団の中みたいな感じ。カーテンの隙間から日が差してきて、そろそろ起きないと思うんだけど、今日は休日だから起きなくてもいいんだって気づいて、もう一回お布団の中に潜り込む時みたいな、そんな気持ちになれる場所。
僕なら損したと思うな。休日なのに勘違いして起き出すなんて姉さんくらいだ。
I mean, that can be applied to almost anyone.
それで
Actually, no, it's not almost anyone. Anyone can wake up by accident, even though it's a day off.
うん。そこにいた時はね、満たされてて、とても穏やかだった。でも、元の世界に戻ってくると、つい直前までそこにいたはずなのに、うまく思い出すことができないの。ついさっきまで見ていた夢が思い出せないのによく似てる。でも、とっても穏やかで静かな世界だったことだけは覚えてるの。
それだけ
They're like, wait, that's it?
なんだあいつが偉そうに言う黄金鏡なんて大したことないな。
Release it. I was like, huh. He was like, wait a minute. There's no way a golden land be that entertaining.
何でも願いが叶う場所だと思ってたのに。
Well, Golden Land is either a peaceful afterlife or a place, where all your dreams came true.
その通りだよ。何でも願いが叶う場所。
Is that so?
少し違うかもしれない。何も願わなくてもいい場所が正解かもしれないね。例えばカノン君が寒くて上着が欲しいと願った時、上着をもらえればとても幸せなことだけど、
That sounds like a very obvious wish.
そもそも暖かい部屋にいられたなら上着が欲しいなんて願う必要さえもないでしょ。
That's a little bit too common for an example, if you ask me. I mean, that can be applied to any situation after all, so.
黄金鏡はそういうところなの。大抵の願いは願う必要さえなくなる。すべてから解放された何もかもが穏やかな世界なの。
I will be right back. So, a little bit of a water break. Alright, I am back. Yeah. Let's continue. What were we talking about? Alright, the whole Golden Land stuff.
与えられて幸せという概念さえも超越した全てから解放された世界とでも言えばいいのかな。
なんだか宗教っぽい世界だな。
A religious world. Well, this whole Golden Land thing seems like a cult. I mean, it's like, you know. You know what's funny? I remember I had like a Umineko read through like part 1, and then the title the title of the video is like better than reading through a Bible, and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty amusing.
そしてそこでは全てが平等な
But
の。
yeah, I was like, well, I guess this is something to read. Guys, read Umineko to get this sort of religion. This whole the witch being the god and the Golden Land being, I don't know, sort of like a cult moment.
意志ある存在は全てが平等。人間も家具も魔女もない。そこでの私は誰とも対等で公平。もう家具だからと何も自分を恥じる必要がない。
Well, no, the shameless.
すべての人間とも、そして魔女とさえ対等な、本当に幸せな世界だったの。うまく思い出せないけど、そこでは私、ベアトリーチェ様とさえ対等な関係で、良い友達でいられた気がする。
あの魔女がいるならろくな理想郷じゃないよ。で、その幸せな黄金郷に姉さんはジョージ様と一緒に行きたいわけだ。
Golden Land with George. That sounds like a honeymoon destination.
おかしな話だね。黄金郷は全てが満ち足りた理想郷なわけでしょ。ジョージ様がいなくても十分に満たされてそうだけど。
黄金鏡はね、とても穏やかで安らかで、すべてが対等で公平だけれど。
Equality in the Golden Land. Oh, right, true, because it was something like that. Was there something like that near the end of episode 3? I don't know. But although something, part of me thinks that Golden Land is like, it's either good or it's a bit of a suspicious moment.
幸せだけ、実は抜けてるの。
幸せな世界じゃないの？
Wait, how is happiness not left out though?
もちろん、安らかで穏やかで公平というだけで、すごい幸せな世界だよ。でも、それは例えるなら、すべての悩みというマイナスから解放されたゼロの世界なの。人の世はマイナスで満ちてるから、もちろんゼロというのはものすごい幸福なわけだけど、それでもゼロなの。
The human world is filled with negatives, so of course the zero world is incredibly happy, but it's still zero. Well, I mean, the human world is a harsh reality, so I mean, I'm gonna say it again. It's like, and you know, whether you agree or disagree, you know, various depending on the perspective.
贅沢だよね。それはこういう感じ。穏やかな休日の朝のまどろみの時、最愛の人も隣にいてくれて手を握っててくれたなら、もっともっと素敵な幸せになれるみたいな。ごめん、姉さんは例えが下手くそだね。バカだから。
Holiday morning, the person you love the most is next to you and holding your hand, then it can become even greater, even more wonderful happiness. That's something that maybe I can sort of fathom that, but yeah.
つまり、姉さんにとっての最高の幸せとは、ジョージ様と一緒にその世界にたどり着くことってわけだ。
そしてきっとカノン君にとっては、お嬢様と一緒にその世界にたどり着くことだよ。
公平な世界で二人は悩みから解放され、なんだかおかしな宗教を吹き込まれてるみたいだ。僕はもっとこう俗物的な、魔法の薬を与えられると人間に生まれ変われるとか、そういう感じの世界を想像してたよ。
You imagine a world where you give us some magic medicine and we would be reborn as humans or something more like, so something like a revive is this sort? Oh, right. I have the oh, because I had streamer mode on. We did, it had that moment. I'll probably have to carry on. Okay, hopefully that fixes it. Because I deafened myself because I'll be doing like a raid train during Grand Blue Fantasy, so I would usually pause the recording, but yeah, my bad. Something more like that. Let's see. Magic medicine, so that means like, reincarnate? Is it reincarnate or be reborn? Isn't reborn being like another word for being revived? I guess reborn is more like reset, your the stage of the human, I guess. Oh, that I guess this what Canon said I could go back and reread, so because that's interesting. Because this part right here is a pretty interesting conversation.
行けばわかるよ。ベアトリーチェ様が本当に気まぐれな方なら、いつかきっとカノン君にも垣間見させてくれるに違いない。そうすれば姉さんの例えがよくわかるようになるから。
ま、過剰な期待はしないことにしとくよ。いずれにせよ、今回の僕たちはこれでゲームオーバーみたいだし、別の機会に期待するさ。
Nothing wrong with working for another chance.
そうだね。おかしな期待を持つと、ベアトリーチェ様にまたつけ込まれる。
I mean, Beatrice always loved doing the thing of taking advantage of.
何も考えず、ただ運命に身を任せるのが、私たちには一番かもしれない。
僕たちはただチェスの駒であればいいんだ。何を考えても考えなくても、どうせ魔女のチェス盤からは逃れられない。後のお役目はどういびり殺されるか、ただ待つことだけさ。 そんな僕らに黄金鏡の夢なんて虚しすぎる。
そうだね。ごめん。
Canon shrugged his shoulders, then told Shannon to leave him alone because she was in the way of his duty, distancing himself from her. Realizing her thoughtlessness in bringing up such an inappropriate topic and instead hurting Canon, Shannon bit her lower lip and stared at the ground. Shannon wouldn't bother him anymore. She went off and crouched down in the corner by herself. Ooh, well, much as I wanted to continue, I think I will end it here. I think there is some background noise gonna come up anytime soon, so yeah, bit of a cliffhanger. So next part, let's see what happens next because I can feel this little ominous built up of the noise is hinting that something's happening, or you know, yeah, something happens to something to where it's important. But that aside, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. You'll have a good one.